St. Lucia, guess what? It's all about Earth Hour happening right now. We are here with Chris, of course, representing for the Caribbean Youth Environment Network. And right now, the multi-generational relay is taking place. This is so exciting. Chris, first of all, how you feel? Of course, our runners are coming in.
Oh, this is great. This is ecstatic. The fact that you have many persons participating, this says a lot. It says that, hey, that persons are taking an action towards climate change, an action to the environment that is our mother nature that we actually love and enjoy.
Now with that, just tell us the concept, of course, behind the relay, how the idea came about.
Okay, so when you look at the environment, we look at how things changes over time. So that's why we look at multi-generational relay, a race to emphasize that the environment changes after time. The environment changes with persons who are there today and persons who are coming tomorrow. So whatever our parents enjoyed, whatever our grandparents enjoyed, that's not what we're enjoying today. But we have to take responsibility on making sure that we preserve this environment for the longer future and for persons who come in after us, our kids, the kids of other family members, and as the future and the generation continues.
Great. I'm loving that, and of course it's all about making sure that what we have here, we preserve it now, and that again, like you're saying, it goes on and is carried forward to further generations as well. But right now I think we really need to go speak to our runners.
Yes, definitely.
Alright, St. Lucia, so yes, the runners are in, and we are going to take a moment now. This is not all of them, but at least we still have a small fraction representing, so we're going to get to meet them. So first of all, you know what, what's your name?
Chris.
How are you?
Fine.
How did you enjoy the run?
Great.
I see you holding your baton very proudly too.
Yes.
Very good. Is this your first run?
No.
Okay, very good. And who do we have here?
I'm Laura Lynn. I'm 17, and my experience, I really enjoyed running. You know, despite the fact that I had a tummy ache, but in the end, it was really nice.
Well, listen, the way you're smiling now, I'd not even guess that you had any sort of ailment. And how are you today?
I'm good. I'm Michael Bissett. Yeah, the experience was nice, passing the baton from one generation to the next, and that's what we need to do right now. You know, to pass on what we experienced from in life and pass it on to the next generation so that they wouldn't do the mistake that some of us did. And I really enjoyed the run. It was nice.
Fantastic. And I can see that. And what's your name?
Kiyogasto.
Great. How was the run for you?
The run was good.
And how did you feel being part of this? Of course, it's to help people be more aware that we need to take care of our environment, and it's all about Earth Hour.
Yeah, it feels good. Running and exercising is good for your body and health. And keeping your community clean will stop diseases, pests and other things from coming in your home and giving you diseases and things like that.
All right, now that's a boy who knows what he's talking about. And last and definitely not least, I will call you the leader of the pack for today. How are you and what's your name?
My name is Anthony Neptune.
And how was the experience on doing the relay?
Oh well, it was a good run, and then to me it was short, you know, because I mean doing the long distance and doing this is very short, you know. But it was nice, you know, at least, you know, all of us were there and then we took part in the run, so it was good.
How do you feel about being part of this, especially knowing the bigger picture about passing on that message from generation to generation to help preserve our Earth, our environment?
Say that again.
How do you feel being part of this run, especially knowing that it was to help just pass on from generation to generation the knowledge about we needing to take care of St. Lucia and the Earth?
Oh yeah, it was good to take part. It was very good, you know. I mean, if we could have a little more, you know, more of it, you know, and then whatnot, it could have been good, you know. But it's very good. It's very good. Yeah.
All right, so St. Lucia, there you have it. This is just one of the activities, part of Earth Hour, and there's still the bonfire to come, so hopefully we can get more on that for you. But with that said, it's Earth Hour. This is our Earth, our island, and we need to take care of it. This morning has returned. We're going to keep things moving right along. You know, as they say, a rolling stone gathers no moss. So, the 9th annual Spelling Bee competition, but with a twist, the French Spelling Bee competition recently took place, and the only word I can use to describe that is impressive. If you don't believe me, let's hear what the organizers had to say.
My name is Caroline Felix Auguste, and I am the officer in charge of the St. Lucia National Commission for UNESCO. It is the department responsible for Francophonie in St. Lucia. Today we have the 9th annual Francophonie Spelling Bee competition. It is a competition specifically for students of lower secondary school. We have noticed that over the years, students have difficulty spelling generally, and the spelling of French was also a very difficult thing for the students. And we conceptualized this competition 9 years ago, and we've seen it grown from strength to strength. International Francophonie is celebrated on the 20th of March. We have Angers Secondary, we have Bainfield Castries Comprehensive, Corinth Secondary, Soufrière, Choiseul, Vieux-Fort Secondary, St. Mary's College, International School, Leon Hess, Entrepot. We have 15 secondary schools participating today from all over the island. Leading up to Francophonie Day, we had other competitions involving other schools. We had a poster competition involving the primary school, and we also had a poetry competition for students of upper secondary and tertiary level. And so these students will also be receiving prizes today. We have prizes for a trip to Paris, France. We have prizes to the different French islands in the Caribbean. We have computers, we have tablets. So we must really say thank you to the business places. I mean, year after year, they continue to support us, they continue to give us prizes. There isn't a year that we did not go without prizes. And the business places, they really have helped us over the years.
My name is Georges Lemieux. I'm very happy to be here. As I mentioned in my presentation, it's my first visit in St. Lucia. I arrived in Barbados only in August last year. And in my job, I'm also responsible for 13 countries in the region. Today, my role is to represent the Canadian High Commission at this event, which is one event that is being held within the International Day of la Francophonie in St. Lucia. I'm very impressed. This is unfortunately, this is the only one event I will be able to attend in St. Lucia, but this particular one, I'm very impressed by the ability of the students to spell words. I'm spelling along with them, and I found that on some occasions I'm hesitating where they seem to be very confident of the spelling of the words. So it's a very impressive performance. I have two children whose second language is French. They mostly speak English, and I know how difficult it can be to master a language, and to master a language like French, where the spelling is not always self-evident.
So everybody, that was the 9th annual French Spelling Bee competition, and congratulations to everybody who took part, because it's not easy learning a foreign language for all us to be on stage and spelling in it and sounding so fluent. So congratulations, good morning to everybody who participated, and listen up, we still have more in store. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. This morning has returned. I'm Chayla Mendez, your host, and thank you again for keeping it locked on to DBS. Now, Monday morning, we woke up to some saddening news. Of course, we all know by now that the Folk Research Center had gone down in flames. However, a press launch was held yesterday where all the elders, all the heads, everybody in charge and who can make a difference were there to help shed some light on the situation. And I do think that is surely, as they said, a silver lining to every situation. So this is what they had to say.
Good morning, everybody. You will forgive me if I'm not smiling this morning. It is indeed a sad moment. But sometimes where one journey ends, another journey begins. And that's where we stand at Folk Research Center. We will continue, we will rebuild. The spirit of Folk Research Center is very much alive in each one of us, and we will rebuild. Right now, we are doing an after-school program at Folk Research Center with children, where we are passing on to them their cultural traditions. And it is these children who have the spirit of Folk Research Center, and with them, we are going to continue and we are going to rebuild. And we are asking everybody out there in the nation to rally with us as we continue this journey of keeping our cultural heritage alive. Because culture cannot die. It always transitions into one stage or another. So the fire has taken the building, but the fire has not taken the soul of this nation, which rests in its culture. And I know with you, we thank the Cultural Development Foundation, our sister organizations like the St. Lucia National Trust who are already reaching out. And I think this is the opportunity where we come together as a nation, journeying on that vehicle of cultural heritage, which gives us that strength to survive and be resilient to whatever life throws at us. This is what we are going to take with us, journeying with you, the nation, and our sister organizations as we move forward. You are going to see a new folk research center, definitely. And you are going to see a new beginning, a rebirth. The children, as I told you, are on board with us already. Coincidentally, they are there. And with them, with you, and all our support team, we will continue. We will not die. Folk Research Center will never die.
In the midst of our sadness, we want to say that, yes, we have lost material that is irreplaceable. However, because of our partnership with some international institutions, certain projects that were done with us, for example, the University of Vienna had done a research project with FRC, and they have their copies of all the documentation that was done. They gave us copies for ourselves. These are lost, but fortunately, they have their copies. Also to the Lomax collection at the University of Indiana, they had sent to us all the material related to St. Lucia. That too is gone. But the University of Indiana is there, so we will be able to access the material from them. So again, in the midst of this darkness, this dreadful moment, we can still see, the rainbow, we can still see light. The institution has to continue its work. And we really want to laud the CDF, who have just agreed to provide office space. So we're going to move down here, we're going to bring our staff down here, we'll put in our telephone systems, we'll put in whatever we can, so that the work continues. We want everybody to know that we are planning a St. Lucia Studies Conference in June. We want this Studies Conference now to become refocused on the rebuilding of FRC, reshaping, redirecting. So we're going to transform the part of our Studies Conference into a national consultation. And we're giving you warning. We want the nation, everybody, to come on board and be part of that process of rethinking. How do we go? Where do we go? What direction we take? How do we build up institutions like Folk Research Center? How do we store our materials? How do we pass on the heritage to others? So we're going to transform our Studies Conference into a national consultation on the future way forward for FRC. We have a few already programs and speakers in place. We'll still have that, but we'll try to refocus and give you, St. Lucians, an opportunity to participate in that exercise of planning, strategizing for the future of St. Lucian culture.
An institution 45 years ago began with Parber, Monsignor Patrick Anthony, and just only last year, at his 70th birthday, we were proud to name that institution after him, being called the Monsignor Patrick Anthony Folk Research Center. And that legacy that he has maintained, and as he rightly said, cannot be destroyed. While the building and all this valuable information that we gathered over the past 45 years in terms of print, video, audio, these may be destroyed. It will be difficult to replace them, but the heart and soul of our culture is still with us.
there you have it, St. Lucia. So this was our terrific Tuesday together right here on This Morning. I know we served you up a lot of interesting things, but in a nutshell, everything we need to remember is that 1, we got to keep positive. 2, keep these keywords close to you. I can and I will. And before we go off, I have to send out some special greetings. First of all, I have a birthday greeting going out to Albert Reynolds. So you are definitely somebody who is very inspirational, motivational, and he is my personal trainer too, but a very good friend, also National Sportsman of the Year. So we have to give him some love today, and getting ready, of course, to go off to the Commonwealth Games. So happy birthday to you, and of course to the entire team going and represent St. Lucia for that too. You guys go and please leave a mark, make us all proud as you usually do. With that, the last person, and surely not to be forgotten, I have to say a special good morning going out to DeAndre. I know that you always watch too. So thank you very much, Hen, for being part of our family. And with that said, St. Lucia, please go out, keep it positive, and come back to me tomorrow. It's going to be Midweek Wednesday, and we always look forward to that. So we'll see you right here on your leader. That is DBS.